And it doesn't come standard with rear-facing camera or...
Do you need a rear-facing camera?
Yeah,
no, you do
look
not.
over your shoulder. Oh yeah, look over your shoulder.
I can look. I can see right in between those two seats.
Do you know how high it is to the back of the car, to the bottom of the car? It's like you're looking down 4 feet.
Yeah, it's like from like
it's
my
even higher.
boob level.
No, it's even higher than that. Believe me, the guys are looking, and I'm telling you that they're gonna say, okay, it's even higher. No, it's because from where the spoiler is, if you look over your shoulder, like a little kid on a bike, I can't see him.
Unnecessary.
I think it should be on every car.
No.
Hey everyone, it's Emmy Hall at TFL Car. I'm here with Nathan Adlin and 2 pieces of awesome German machinery behind us.
That's right, baby. We're gonna open up some Fahrvergnügen on your ass.
So right here I've got the 2014 Volkswagen Beetle R-Line Turbo, and Nathan's got the 2015 Golf TDI.
That's right, and we had an opportunity to take him to the racetrack to do 0 to 60s, and now we're going to do reviews on both vehicles.
What do we have to say about these awesome piece of German machinery? Often that I sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you'll find out next, coming up on the Fast Lane Car. Volkswagen has given us a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine that's good for 210 horsepower and 207 pound-feet of torque. Now, power is going through the front wheels via a 6-speed DSG automatic. Yes, I'm going to say it, it's an automatic transmission, but a manual is available, so that is a good thing. Now, style-wise, what I really like about this Volkswagen is that it has a few different little cosmetic touches that really make it the R-Line model. And also you can really see a lot of the influence from the Porsche days, right? I mean, when you look at these headlights here, they're nice slanted back. It looks a lot like a 911 or like a Boxster. And you've got awesome little LEDs right here and a nice little vintage throwback with the eyelid, which if you remember back in the day with Bugs, you could get, for the air-cooled Bugs, you could get a little aftermarket thing that would give you a little eyelid. So that's pretty cool. When you come around to the back, you've also, come to the back, everybody. I've got 19-inch wheels. And here in the back, again, the tail lights, I remember the first time I saw the new Bug, I just thought, man, that looks so much like a Porsche Boxster in the back. We've got a wing here, which is awesome. There is a diffuser in the back and dual exhaust. So there's a lot of little touches here that make it the R-Line, and on the whole, I think it's a really nice looking car.
This is the 7th generation of the Golf, and each and every time they seem to make it more and more attractive and a little bit bigger looking. And this time it doesn't look bigger to me, it just looks a little bit more sculpted. And check this out, even the gas cap flap. Yep, that's sculpted too. There's nice character lines running throughout the car. You can't mistake it for anything else. A Golf is a Golf. But the new headlights are much more sophisticated looking than the old one, and the new lines are much more pronounced. It definitely has a little bit more of a muscular look while still maintaining that classic Golf look.
That was a stellar takeoff on camera.
I am taking these. I don't stall again. Yeah, you have to kind of recalibrate your brain when you're driving a diesel.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
I hadn't been in one in a really long time, and it's interesting because first of all, you can't really rev it while you're just sitting there. It only revs up to 2,500, so you're trying to get some kind of a clutch dump and you can't do it. And then the RPMs go way high, super fast.
But I can tell you this, passing power is kick-ass.
Yes.
As long as you keep it under 4,000 RPM. Because like, here we go, we're going up this mountain, right? Got my foot down, things are moving along.
And we're still,
and now it just drops off a cliff.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you're in the lower RPMs, it really does have a really nice feel. It definitely is. I mean, I can feel it pushing me back to the back of my seat. I feel like if you were, you know, getting on the highway and you've got a big truck to avoid, you wouldn't really have a problem in this car, even though it's relatively low horsepower at only 150.
So inside I've got a very clean and simple interior, black with some brushed aluminum accents, and I've got a nice little bit of light blue here on the seats and also on the doors. There's not a ton of features in here, which for me is just fine. I've got heated seats, I've got cruise control, I've got a Fender audio system, which is great. I've got this extra little glove box, and that's where your USB port is. I think it's called a Caffin Fatchen. I can't remember the word. Nice flat bottom steering wheel. On the whole, I like my interior simple, and this is exactly what Volkswagen has given me. Now, I can come over here to the back, and I've got a fair amount of room here in the trunk, which is really nice. This is not your Playgirl shoot. What are you doing?
I'm not. Roman told me to get in the trunk.
Well, it fits a Nathan. I guess I'm not doing the laundry basket rating on this one because it fits a Nathan.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. So yeah, enough room to, you know, kidnap your fellow auto journalist.
I love this steering. I mean, I have said it a million times. I really love heavy steering, and this has got a really nice weight to it. It's a flat bottom steering wheel, which I like, and it feels really good in my hands. It's not, and I do have little girly hands, but it's not too big, and I still feel like it's like I can get a really good grip on it, and I'm not going to lose anything, you know. This car does have the DSG, and it has a sport transmission. Now, this, going up here, I was in sport mode. If I go in drive mode, I can select my gears, and it kind of lets me do that in sport mode, but not quite as much. But what I do like about it when I'm in drive mode, and I'm selecting my gears here by the paddle shifters, is that I can hang out in the red zone. That's it, I'm in the red zone. It's like, oh, there, it shifted for me.
Yeah, but it goes while you're in there for a while, right?
Yeah, it'll hold my gears for a while before it thinks that it knows better than I do. And that's refreshing. I mean, there's not a lot of cars out there that will do that. They won't even let you get anywhere near the red line.
Oh, so many cars will just shift you and they'll call you up at home, call you an idiot or whatever. Oh, yeah, yeah, there are plenty of cars out there like that. Folks, what you're looking at here is a 2-liter TDI. It's turbo diesel. They've updated it a little bit. It puts out 150 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque. Has a little bit more horsepower than before, but the same amount of torque. And it's hooked up to a 6-speed manual, thank you, transmission to the front wheels. So far, our driving has yielded nearly 50 miles per gallon on the highway when we've been taking it easy. And, you know, when you compare this vehicle to other ones out there, like, you know, Prius or something like that, this is a hell of a lot more fun. Volkswagen once again has rebounded from where they used to be with interiors. The quality and the design of this interior is much better than the last generations and nearly as good as the prior generation to that. Once again, Volkswagen has this thing where they've kind of gone back and forth when it comes to excellent interior design, and they used to be the benchmark. And judging by this interior, they're nearly there again. So that's awesome. Seats are fantastic, really good for my big American ass. And speaking of my large American ass, I'm able to put things in the boot. Things that would really impress you.
Why, hello, Nathan.
Look what I get. Comes with the car, standard.
No,
Emmy.
actually it doesn't. I am a priceless option.
Indeed she is. The good news is that there is a lot of utility in this trunk, and you're actually able to fold the seats down 60-40 and get as much room as many small crossovers and SUVs. Altogether, this car is not only one of the quietest diesels I've ever driven, it's one of the quietest cars in its class. I mean, this is an economy car, right?
Yeah.
Nice and quiet, even with the big sunroof.
Holla!
That's right. And it's a very comfortable ride. It's very poised, and it feels like it's kind of sporty too. Everything you want out of a fun car that gets good mileage.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of mileage, it's 31 in the city, 42 out on the highway. But I have to tell you, we've had this car for about 500 miles, and we've averaged right around 49 miles per gallon. So
actually, a little bit more than that.
Oh, are we at a little bit more than that now?
Just about. We're almost at 50.
So, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
That's freaking great is what that
really
is.
Why people, whenever people come to me and they say, I mean, I really need to buy a new car, what should I get? I really need something that gets good gas mileage. I always say, look at TDI, and people think that diesels are stinky and smelly and noisy, and you know, it's just really not the case anymore.
So on the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, I have to give the 2014 Volkswagen Beetle Turbo R-Line a very, very enthusiastic buy it. It comes in at about $32,215. It's really fun to drive. It's got that awesome turbo. The steering on it is great. I just wish that I could get it in the manual.
Yeah, you know what? And I would agree with you about that car. It is fantastic. And we have a new scale that we kind of use and kind of don't use in terms of where it sits in its particular bracket. And I would say that compared to a Mini and some other vehicles that it competes with, it's right there in the middle. As for this vehicle, the 2015 Golf Turbo Diesel, I give it a buy it. I think that with the manual transmission, it's playful enough to drive every day and enjoy yourself. And at the same time, you can get really, really good gas mileage.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we saw on the track video, it's not gonna give you a ton of power right off the line, but the stellar MPGs really more than make up for that.
That's right. Now this thing is loaded, and at $28,815, that may seem like a lot, but you know what? If you measure it against other vehicles that come in with as much kit as this has, it's actually a bit of a bargain.
That's it for today. I am Emmy Hall with
Nathan Adlin.
Hey, you can check us out on tflcar.com for more real world reviews, and we're on all the social medias.
That's right, baby.
See ya.